Alright, daily report card for 8th of September 2025, Monday. So, red day overall, max stop hit and triggered, and that stops me out at about $40 on the day loss. And we'll start with the good trade. It was OPEN, which I had a position on from 617 yesterday. Trade zero wipes out the previous day's entry, so it should be a green candle here if it was today. You just see the sell here into pre-market. So I had a thesis that this was going to close the gap and that the big money was selling into these kind of spikes, and then they would wait for it to come down before buying shares again. I was going to buy shares again here on this one, but I'm obviously stopped out on the day, so I can't. In any case, I feel like we may have a pullback for a few days, similar to maybe here. So I'll leave it alone for a while and let it kind of settle. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes down a little bit more, maybe down to 550 area over the next few days. The other trade I took, the second trade I took was OCTO. This was gapping huge into the pre-market, and it's a treasury stock. You can see, you can look up treasury names. They're really hot at the moment. Stocks that have released news regarding this. For example, well, MSTR is probably the leader in the sector, but there's other stocks like ASST, MCBT, BMNR, ATNF, which is now ETHC. So the stock was running up huge. I thought it was going to come down. I took a short position, which I said I wouldn't short. So really now I'm definitely not going to short for the moment until I grow my account. And it's just hindsight here, obviously, but going long, look how that would have reaped a massive benefit. That's the daily candle there. In any case, it's missed for now. Maybe more opportunities on it. XAIR then was the last one. Not happy with this. It was similar to HWH last week. Very similar, same volume and so on. And just makes you wonder, is it a viable strategy? I think if it's a viable strategy, but as long as you keep your risk small. So this was the HWH where I got involved, where it had already ripped up from 2 to high 4s, which is a big move, and then I'm getting involved here, and it pushes all the way to the 7s. So you can see the volume here is in the millions, and this is the 5-minute chart, and then the same thing on XAIR. So we go to today, and it's coming from the 2s. It's up here in the trees, and then runs up to the 4s, and I'm getting involved here, thinking I know it's late on in the move, but similar to ASST, I thought I might have that next leg up. It makes an attempt, and I get long, and it stops me out here. In hindsight, I should maybe take less shares on these to start off, so I have a little bit wiggle room here, and they could maybe get out for near break even when you see that it's just not working. But got a bit too big too soon on that one, and that's what's really caused me to stop out on the max loss on the day. Very often these just come back down, so it's really, it's probably a case where more often than not they will come down after making such a big move. So in the HWH case, it just went that bit further, so you can never know for sure like how far these are going to run. So it's just about knowing that and just having your stop in and respecting your stops, and that's how it goes trading. But still a lot of work to do, and not entirely settled into the month or the weeks since I got back. It's been tricky for me. A little bit more patience required on certain setups, and I would do a lot better. Even if I had gone short on OPEN, I feel it would have been just better just to maybe zone in on one stock. Once you're kind of comfortable and you have a thesis on it that's kind of proven itself to be right, then sometimes it's best to just zone in on one ticker, on one stock, and milk it for all it's worth, you know.